more. We have Gwen from California, and I just came back from California. Welcome to the call tonight, Gwen. We're going to get started in about 60 seconds, guys. So sometimes I say grab a piece of paper, grab a pen. You may just want to jot down something, but main thing you want to do is listen attentively and make sure you have your guests on, because you don't want anybody to get left behind with this opportunity. If you have a heart for people and you want to see people win and prosper and thrive, then guys, you've got to get them into Jubi Rev, because as we say, that a champion has arisen who is holding her head up high in this revenue sharing space. And we are the ones that are fortunate enough to have heard about this opportunity just days ago. And I'm telling you, this thing is exploding. We are breaking records. Well, I'm going to go ahead and bring on our speaker for this evening. It's my pleasure to give him a great introduction, because he is just an awesome, awesome guy, guys. You know, it's always great when you hear the stories of, you know, people who kind of struggled in this industry in the beginning and then ended up being a 6- and 7-figure earner. Well, this is the gentleman that I'm bringing on tonight. And I'm telling you, folks, not only is he leading the charge and, you know, already a great example of a high 7-figure income earner, but he's also just so humble. I mean, a family man. When I say he has a heart as big as Texas, I'm serious. He has a heart of gold, and he just loves leading people and showing other people how to win and make money, and he is sold out for this opportunity. So it gives me great pleasure to bring to us tonight to share this awesome opportunity of Mr. T. Lamont Silver. The floor is yours.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Boomy. I really appreciate that, and welcome to all of our folks from all around the globe, and they continue to come. They continue to come. Let me ask you, Boomy, are you still there?
I am.
Boomy, before I get started there, do you have a nugget? Do you have an Empower Me Now nugget that you can give me? Just I know I'm putting you on the spot. Can you give me a nugget real quickly?
Well, you are, but you know what I was thinking about today? I was thinking about how gratitude is the great multiplier. I was thinking about the power of gratitude and of being thankful, guys. So if there's one thing I can say about that is this. If you're kind of, you know, sometimes you may get into a funk, you're not feeling, you know, so well, and you're starting to get a little bit, you know, negative and complaining, guys, just take the time and just think about everything that you are grateful for. I mean, just go through the list. You're grateful for, I'm so thankful for, you know, my sight. I'm thankful for my hearing. I'm thankful for the sound of the birds chirping. I'm thankful for my home. I'm thankful for heat. I'm thankful for my spouse. Whatever it is, guys, just give thanks, and I'm telling you, that can totally change your perspective when you get in that attitude of gratitude, and that can change your whole circumstances. I'm writing a book, T. Lamont, that says desert or disaster, you get to choose. How your attitude determines your outcome. So, guys, if you have that attitude of gratitude, it can turn your whole world around and put things on the upswing so you can absolutely go and prosper. Back to you, T. Lamont.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Boomy. Boomy Moore, in her own right, is a 7-figure producer in this industry. As a matter of fact, the very first time that we made it big in this industry, it was because, in large part, to Boomy Moore. I was direct to her in this industry, and it was the first time we made it big. Thank you, Boomy Moore. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, let's go on and get started. I want to welcome everyone to tonight's webinar. Now, you heard Boomy talk a lot about, you know, promoting and building your teams. And I know that for a lot of you, you're excited and you're ready to do that. And yet we have quite a few of you that are saying, but what if I'm not good at recruiting? And I'm not good at sponsoring, and I'm not even good at selling. Well, you're going to love what we're going to talk about tonight. My name's T. Lamont Silver Sr. Everyone calls me T. Lamont. 4 times we've been able to build 7-figure business interests in this industry. We're going to build JubiRev, JubiMax, the biggest enterprise that we've ever built. Now, here's the beautiful part, ladies and gentlemen. A couple of years ago, we were introduced to a compensation model. We'd been in the industry at that time, 17 years, and we finally, with the tutelage and the mentorship of Boomy Moore and people like Zeke and Jerry Stewart, just phenomenal folks. We finally hit that stride. We finally started making some really good money in this industry. And I thought for years, I can just get to 10 grand a month. Just get to 15 grand a month. Man, that would be, I'd be on the mountaintop. And we got there. And then it was an empty feeling when we went to the bank and we knew that the overwhelming majority of our teammates were not making enough money to even cover their monthly auto ship or their monthly subscription. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you that your leaders that are doing very well, many cases, they have a burden. They take a burden with them every night because they're making money, but they want to see their teams making money. This model 2 years ago, we tripped over, bumped into, stumbled upon. And it's a model that allows Joe Average, Sue Average, to generate revenue on a daily basis, even if they have not recruited or sponsored any other affiliates or promoters. So you're going to hear about that tonight. Jubi Rev is our company's promoter portal. This is where you and I are going to promote. This is where we're going to make money, even if we're not great at recruiting or sponsoring. Jubi Max is our company's customer portal. We are going to have millions upon millions of excited, enthusiastic customers from around the globe. Now, you might be saying, Jubi? That's what I said, Jubi. Well, what's a Jubi? Where did Jubi come from? Management said, I want you to go and look up the word jubilant, because Jubi is short for jubilant. And when I went there, one of the synonyms of jubilant is triumphant. We want to see our teammates, our promoters, those of us who are going to be a part of the income opportunity, we want to be triumphant. Whether that triumphant is you wanting to make enough money to cover a $200 or $300 or $400 a month bill, whether that triumphant is being able to generate enough to cover a mortgage payment, whether that triumphant is being able to generate enough to cover an income or have a lifestyle change. You're going to find yourself wherever you want to be. You're going to find the ability to do that through Jubi Rev. Jubi Max, another word for jubilant, is thrilled, excited, enthusiastic, ecstatic. We want our customers through Jubi Max to be excited about the customer experience, thrilled about the customer experience, exuberant to come back and consume some more. So let's talk about the power of this revenue sharing model. This model allows average, everyday people that are earning life-changing incomes to earn life-changing incomes in record time. Now, let's go back. So a couple of years ago, we stumbled across this revenue-sharing model. There was a young lady who had followed me in business for about 8 years up to that point. I want to talk about someone of character and integrity and stick-to-itiveness and persistence. She did everything she was ever taught to do. She came to every conference call, webinar, every company shindig, every company dog and pony show. She was there. But she had a very tough time recruiting people, making a ton of sales to generate revenues. And for the most part, she didn't make enough money to even cover her business expenses on a monthly basis. She stumbled, like us, into this model a couple of years ago. And after just being in this type model for a short period of time, ladies and gentlemen, she was able to generate, hear me, a full-time cash in hand, a full-time income, even though she only referred one promoter. That's how powerful this system, ladies and gentlemen, can be. Now, JubiRev, as we've mentioned, is our promoter portal. We're the marketing arm of Jubi Max, and we're leading the revenue sharing revolution. Some of you are familiar with the revenue sharing compensation model. Our company will be the standard bearer. Now, there have been other companies that have a revenue sharing model. Let's say they're MySpace. They got the word out there. They got people thinking about social media. JubiRev, Jubi Max is going to be more of the Facebook of the revenue sharing space. We're not just a company. We are a movement. Now, Jubi Max, again, is our customer portal where we want folks to look good, feel good, and live good. Our vision is very simple, ladies and gentlemen, and we're passionate about it. We are going to spark a global economic movement and lead the revenue sharing revolution, while at the same time empowering people around the globe to look good, feel good, and live good. Now, The company is going to pay us in 10 dynamic ways. The core of our compensation plan is our daily revenue sharing pool. We call it our Jubi Rev daily leadership bonus. This is where the company is going to take up to 50% of its daily commissionable sales volume, sometimes even more, put that into a pool, and all qualified promoters. Didn't mean that you had to recruit other promoters. Didn't mean you had to sponsor other promoters. All qualified promoters will share in that day's earnings. So whether a transaction happens in Cambodia, as we have folks on the webinar from Cambodia, whether it happens in Australia, maybe it happens in Germany, maybe it happens in Africa, Canada, U.S., South America somewhere, it doesn't matter. You and I are going to override the production of the entire company. Yes, you, Joe Average. Yes, you, Sue Average. Doesn't matter who your referrer happens to be, you're going to override the production of seven-figure producer Boomie Moore, and author now. You're going to override the production of yours truly. You're going to override the production of all of our great leaders all across the globe. We're going to get into that. That will be the primary part of our conversation tonight. But we need to understand that the income opportunity, Walter, is only as good, my friend, as the product offering. Now, here's where some folks have kind of lost their way. I lost my way for a spell. The revenue sharing model really got big a couple of years ago, and some folks really started to take that eye off of how important the product was. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for a company to be around for the long haul, it needs not only a great compensation system, it needs to have products and services that the consuming public, having nothing to do, Tanya, with the income opportunity, see as viable, and they want that product. And when they consume it, they want it again. And when they consume it, they want it again. And when they consume it, Larry, they want it again. Let's talk about our products and services. One of the things that the company did is they went out and they connected with a professional affiliate marketing group. This professional affiliate marketing group, they weren't building teams. They weren't recruiting other folks. They were just marketing specific products online. This professional affiliate marketing group got so good at this that they were generating over 6 figures a month without ever recruiting anyone. Now, they did have a very hefty advertising budget, but what they found out is that the largest demographic, the demographic that purchases the most online were women ages 30 to 55. Now, is that to discount our women who are less than 30, over 55? Certainly not. Is that to discount Lorenzo and Louis and Kevin, dudes like myself? No. It is to say that with the revenue sharing model, we want to make sure that we have products that at least appeal to that demographic while appealing to other demographics, our dudes, our ladies who are younger than 30, our ladies who are more mature than 55. Well, guess what the number one selling product is online, ladies and gentlemen? Skincare. Skincare. Now, I've got to be honest with you. Keith, can I be honest with you, my friend? When I first heard Isaac skincare, I thought, very chauvinistically, I'm a dude. I don't want to talk about skincare. Then I happened to walk past my wife's makeup counter, and I looked at all that skincare. And her birthday is coming up tomorrow, by the way. And so I was out at the mall not too long ago, looking for her birthday gift. I saw all of this skincare. Started doing my research in the industry. Been in the industry 19 years. Looked at the companies that had stood the test of time, the companies that were producing the most amount of sales. Why? Because the company is going to share, Jubi Rev, Jubi Max is going to share a portion of its daily revenue with all of our qualified promoters. So it's important to see, well, what companies have stood the test of time, what companies have passed the regulatory test, what type of products do they have, and do they generate a lot of revenue out of the top 10? Out of the top 10 companies, the Avons of the world, the Amways of the world, the New Skins of the world, the Mary Kays of the world, 6 of the top 10 companies in this work-at-home space have some type of skin care line. One of our products, not our only product, weight loss. Weight loss. All of my adult life, I've struggled with being overweight. Now, last year I did pretty good. I dropped some pounds, and Some of you that are used to seeing me on videos, you haven't seen me on video just a little bit because I've been a little ashamed because where my face had gotten a little, my head had shrunken. I'm bald. My head had shrunken. My head wasn't so big for a while. Doggone it, I picked it back up. Now my head's all big again, big and bald. So, you know what we started to do today? We just got some samples of the weight loss. We got up there on the scale, and we're on our weight loss challenge, ladies and gentlemen. How many people across the world are going to want to join on a weight loss challenge, especially if they can get a free 30-day sample of our weight loss products? What about our Jubi Trainer? Jubi Trainer is going to go along with any weight loss program where people want to get more fit. Left knee is bothering you, so maybe certain exercises don't work. You have thousands of exercises to choose from. Find something that you can do, habitually, something that you actually enjoy doing. You're going to be able to find that with our Jubi Trainer. Energy, oh my goodness. I'm going to tell you, so last Monday, Mr. UPS man, Mr. Brown, rings my doorbell because our manufacturer of our Jubi branded products, we've got our own Jubi branded product line, sent us the first samples. In there was an energy product. It's a 3-in-1 product. It'll be called, I believe, Max Complete. It is a energy supplement wrapped in an appetite suppressant, wrapped in a metabolism booster. Well, last week we were on with the programming team, the management team, the support team. Now, I'm a promoter just like you. I just happen to be more of a field liaison to help share with the field and be a connection for the field with the company. So I happened to be there when they were programming things and we were testing things and things of that nature. Before I knew it, Monday night, it was 11 o'clock at night. Before I knew it, it was now in the morning, Tuesday morning, 2 in the morning. I had taken this energy supplement about maybe 5-ish on Monday afternoon. Before I knew it, my son is waking up 6 a.m. I take him to school every morning. And I had worked through the night. I hadn't even, wow, I'm not even tired. I don't have any jitters. I didn't have any crash and burn. When I took him to school, I came back, and I still had some energy. I stayed up working until about 10 in the morning, took me a quick nap, got up about 3 hours later, and we did it again. Now we're on Tuesday. Tuesday afternoon, we took that same energy supplement. It was not my intent to be up all night, All of a sudden, it's 2 in the morning on Wednesday. 3 in the morning on Wednesday, son wakes up. Guess what? Didn't hit the bed over a 96-hour period. Now, I know this isn't good long-term for health. Over a 96-hour period, ladies and gentlemen, we got all of about 9 hours of sleep. And if you came to our webinars, did you at one time hear me dragging? No. I had plenty of energy. Now, again, I know that's not good long-term, but I'm telling you that energy product works. And then we have our Vitality product line. Now, this is a family show. Now, can you tell what Vitality means by simply looking at how she's looking at him and how he's looking at her? We were talking with the manufacturer yesterday. We're getting very close to the manufacturer being able to send out products, and we were talking about this particular Vitality product line. And what he said on yesterday, this was one of the formulators. He said, we've got products for his and hers products. He says, what will happen is you're not going to get a lot of YouTube testimonials about this. You're not going to get a lot of people writing in about this. But I'm going to tell you, these products, they fly off the shelf. Skincare, weight loss, energy, Vitality, just a few of our products. Those are our core products. Now, we're going to have our Jubi rebates. Once again, as a field liaison, I'm brought in on some of these conversations from a field perspective, to give a field perspective, as well as to learn some of these things so we can do some training videos for our audience. So today, we happen to be on with the Jubi rebates people. Absolutely amazing. This is our rebate portal, over 5,000 merchants, over 300 million products. What's going to happen for this, for both our promoters, for any customers, is we'll have access to a rebate mall. You go in, go to Walmart, go to Target, go to Old Navy, simply go through your site, purchase what you would normally purchase. In many cases, you'll just go right down to the local Walmart and pick things up, or maybe you'll purchase a gift card and then go take the gift card down to Target or what have you. You're going to get cash back, maybe 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, maybe 10% in some cases. If you simply have some friends of yours, some Facebook friends of yours, not even interested in the opportunity, should they register for our rebate program, they'll get rebates. You'll get commissioned on top of that. Now, here's what I want you to get. We're simply going to transfer buy. So my family, we spend a few $100s a month at Walmart. We're simply going to transition those few $100s we spend at Walmart and do it through our portal. Get some rebates coming back. By the way, every time a purchase is made, every time someone transacts through that rebate mall, not only is there going to be cash back going to that person, there's going to be cash back that goes to the company. Can you imagine the millions of transactions that will happen in time, perhaps on a monthly basis, where the company gets a little piece of every transaction through that mall? You understand what that's going to mean for the daily revenue share? That the daily revenue share is not just based upon promoters making purchases, but customers that have nothing to do with the income opportunity also making purchases. We're also going to have a travel component. Now, it may expand down the road because travel is a $7 trillion industry. We'll start off with our own resort membership program. My wife and I paid about $3,500 a couple of years ago for a similar type resort booking engine. Our folks are not going to have to pay $3,500 for that booking engine. You'll be able to travel across 2,000 luxury resorts in about 85 different countries at rock bottom pricing. No timeshare presentations, no upsells. Simply pay for the week and a very discounted week at that, ladies and gentlemen, and go enjoy yourself and vacate. Now, you say to yourself, oh, I see, Hector is saying I see, Gwen is saying I see, Donnie is saying I see. What you've done very strategically, the brilliance of the management team is they've put us in front of the money. Skincare, the #1 selling product online, weight loss, energy, vitality. Then you came back with a rebate mall where people are going to simply transfer buy. Not trying to sell them anything. They're going to save money, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10% cash back. ACH, right back into their checking account. Think about that, how powerful that's going to be. Or if they want to have it go into their PayPal account, it'll go right to their PayPal account as cash back. Powerful. And now you're going to add travel, which is a $7 trillion industry. But you know what? I haven't even told you the best part, Cheryl, from a customer standpoint. You see, from a customer standpoint, we're going to be able to give away samples to our customers. As promoters, one of the ways we're going to help build a brand name, Jubi Max, is by giving away samples. Samples of what? Well, a couple things we're going to be able to sample out. Number one, a virtual gift card. Look at Kim holding her Jubi Max gift card. You're going to be able to load up her Jubi Max gift card from your back office with Jubi Bucks. What is a Jubi Buck? A Jubi Buck is a dollar for dollar discount. You load up 50 Jubi Bucks on Kim's card. She gets to come into our shopping portal and use that to apply towards purchasing any of our Jubi branded products, our energy, our weight loss, our vitality, our skincare. So maybe she goes to check out and it's a $100 purchase, but you've loaded up her Jubi gift card with 50 Jubi Bucks. Well, while it's a $100 purchase, she gets to use that $50 Jubi gift card as a dollar for dollar discount. So net, outside of any shipping or what have you, it just cost her $50. She got $100 worth of product for $50. Now, we love our rebate mall. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10% cash back in 30 to 60 days. But we even love more the fact that Kim gets to use that Jubi Max gift card when? Right now. For what kind of savings? Right now savings. What kind of savings? Right now savings. In a few moments, I'm going to show you that for every Jubi Buck you load on Kim's card or anyone else's card, what that's going to mean for you for your daily revenue sharing. Doesn't stop there. Doesn't stop there. Kim's going to also, Mary's going to also, Pauline's going to also, Jim's going to also be able to actually get an actual 30-day sample. Now, there'll be some samples that maybe are 10 or 15 days, but we're going to have some samples that are 30-day samples. Imagine someone who you overheard saying, child, I need to lose some weight. Oh, my gosh. Being able to say, hey, you can get a 30-day supply of our weight loss. Try it out. See if it works. And all you have to do is cover the shipping and handling. Child, I tell you, I just have no energy. I was so worn out. Hey, you need to try some of our energy products. It won't cost you a dime other than the shipping and the handling. See, not only will you be able to deal with folks that you've never met, but I believe that many of you are going to say, oh, I know someone who's been talking about losing weight. I know someone who's been talking about skincare or what have you. The point is we're going to be able to give away physical samples. The beautiful part is we're not going to have to store up the physical sample in your garage. You keep your car in your garage. You're not going to have to clean out your basement to store up physical samples. The samples will come straight from the manufacturer. And what will happen is you'll have these Jubi bucks that we talked about just a few moments ago. We're going to purchase as promoters inventory packages that give us a certain amount of Jubi bucks. And so for each sample we give away, we'll have a certain amount of Jubi bucks set aside. Maybe a 30-day skincare sample requires maybe 100 Jubi bucks. Well, just as soon as someone takes you up on that sample, those 100 Jubi bucks are going to translate into what we're going to call Jubi points for your daily revenue. By the way, what you're seeing right now is not the actual product. All of our products, our skincare products, will be branded to Jubi. What you're seeing is the type of capture page that we're going to have. Our professional affiliate marketing team that was generating over 6 figures a month, these are the types of pages that they promoted that generated 6 figures a month for them, giving away samples. So we know this works. You know, you've gone to the shopping mall. You were going by the food court. It smells really good. You go to a couple of restaurants and someone gives you a sample. Ooh, that's good. Hey, what's that called again? You know what? I want to get some of that. The whole idea is for you to try the product, 1, like the product, 2, buy the product, 3, hopefully come back and buy it again, 4, and perhaps maybe in this day of social media, you might tweet about it. You might Facebook about it. You might LinkedIn it. Okay? That's the whole idea, ladies and gentlemen. And we know that sampling works. How many of you have ever gotten a sample from an Avon rep, from a Mary Kay rep, from an Herbalife rep, from an Amway rep? Probably all of us know someone, or we've gotten a sample from someone promoting those types of businesses. Same concept, nothing new under the sun. Now, I want you to notice something that we've done here. We've talked, the bulk of our presentation, we've talked about the product. Isn't that a novel concept? Normally when you go to an income opportunity, the majority of the presentation is 2 minutes about the product and 28 minutes about the compensation. Well, the challenge with that is we now know that, and we've seen with the companies that have stood the test of time, that the income opportunity is only as good as the product offering. If we can get the product offering and get excited about the product offering, then the income will simply follow. All right, let's show you how this revenue sharing model works. The company is going to take up to 50% of its daily commissionable sales volume. Let's say the company, starts to really fly high. It does $1 million that day in daily commissionable sales volume. It's going to take up to 50%, sometimes even more of that, and it's going to share that. In this case, they're going to share $500,000. All right, now, how do you get your pro rata share? How does Christina get her pro rata share of that? Well, what's going to happen is the company is going to take the amount it's going to share, and it's going to divide it by the number of active Jubi points. Now remember, we just discussed Jubi points, but I'll just cover this again. For every 1 Jubi buck you load on someone's Jubi card, you earn a Jubi point. So how many Jubi bucks do you want to load on someone's card? Okay? All right, so for every buck, every Jubi buck you load, you earn a Jubi point. Okay? And for every sample you give away, you also earn Jubi points. Now again, a skincare sample, as an example, may require that you needed to have 100 Jubi bucks in your Jubi buck balance to give away that sample. Let's assume you had that. that sample was given away. When I say giving away, you maybe never met the person. They opted in to one of your capture pages and said, I want the sample. The system was smart enough to get their information, to ship out the product to them, and to turn your Jubi Bucks into what? Jubi points. So now, let me show you what happens. Company takes the commissionable revenue it's going to share, divides it by the number of active Jubi points in the system, and it comes up with a reward per point. Now, we're never going to say terms like percentage or compounding or anything like that. Anything that has a banking or an investment analogy, we're not going to use, okay? Reward per point, excuse me, has no such tie to investment or banking or so on and so forth. Now, what does this mean? Let's say you've got 100 points, okay? You've got 100 points. The company does its daily revenue for that evening, and it determines a certain reward per point, and every point gets the same reward that particular evening, no matter who owns the points. Joe and Susie Average, who haven't recruited one promoter, or Joe and Susie Star, who are building a massive network. They get the same reward per point that particular evening. Let's say that evening that the reward was $1.25 based on those 100 points. So each point got a reward. Now, we're going to be rewarded in Jubi Bucks. We're going to be rewarded in Jubi Bucks. What we're going to be able to do is tell the system, hey, I want all of my Jubi Bucks to go into a Jubi Buck a pool so that, or my balance, so I can give away more Jubi Bucks or use those Jubi Bucks myself. Or you'll be able to commission out as much as 60% of your Jubi Bucks and send that to your commission account so that you can eventually get those commissions. You choose anywhere from all of those Jubi Bucks going into your Jubi Buck totals for your reward, or anywhere from 60% going into your cash account. Okay. Now, if you had 1,000 JBs, Jubi points, Jubi points, you got the same reward per point as a person that had 100 that particular night. You just move the decimal 2 points, 1 point over to the right. All right, we added a 0. Move your decimal 1 point to the right. Your reward was $12.50 that night. If you had 10,000 JPs, move your decimal over once to the right. Your reward was $125. Now, some of you are going to build Jubi point totals to 100,000. And some of you are even going to get to 1 million. And Mr. Regulator is not going to like me to put what that could maybe perhaps mean in this example. We can't promise what those rewards per point are going to be. Just know that if you are a qualified promoter, when the company starts its daily revenue, you can earn every single day. Now, you can figure out just with what we've talking about what that could maybe perhaps all of my disclaimers mean. And we've seen people in this industry, multiple people, hit 1 million points before. Now, points are not dollars. Points are a unit of measurement to determine what your pro rata share of that day's revenue happens to be. However, the more points one has, as you can see, the more your potential reward. Say it with me. It's all about the Jubis. It's all about the Jubi points. It's all about the Jubi points. Now, real quickly here, this is so powerful. What I'm about to share is so powerful. Jubi points have a life cycle. Jubi points have a life cycle. So what that means is today, if you scored 100 Jubi points, okay, you made your earnings in this example. Well, it doesn't stop there, because tomorrow those same 100 points get to earn, and the next day they get to earn, and the next day they get to earn, and the next day they get to earn. Now, the rewards per point will obviously be modified depending on that day's revenue, the number of active points. So it may be more, it may be less, it may be less, it may be more. But the next day, and next week, and 2 weeks from now, and 3 weeks from now, the life cycle of our points range anywhere from 80 days to as much as 105 days. And much of that, how long your life cycle is squarely on a decision you will make when you come and join with us. You'll learn more about this when it's time for us to actually purchase product. Right now, we're in a pre-registration stage. We're not asking anyone to pull out a credit card. We're not asking anyone to write a check or do any of that. The company is not going to open up for pre-launch where we can purchase our inventory packages until we're closer to manufacturing, being able to ship out product. And according to a conversation that I was privy to on yesterday, we are getting close. We are getting close. Now, I'm going to assume that once you hear the rest of the story, that you're going to say, I want my points to live for 105 days versus 80, or 105 days versus 85, or 105 days versus 95. I'll take the 80. I'll take the 85. I'll take the 95, but I want to maximize it, okay? You'll learn how to maximize that well before you make a choice as to purchasing a package or anything like that. So I'm going to assume 105 days here. What this means is, if you had 10,000 points in my example, and let's say it earned 125 for that particular day, could you imagine what that could mean over 105 days? And what if you did this? What if you took those 125 Jubi bucks that you earned as your reward, knowing now that every time you give someone a Jubi buck, you earn another point? What if you decided to participate in what we like to call our momentum 105, where we say those first 105 days, this is just an example, or those first 80 days, or those first 85 days, whatever length of time your points live, I want to really grow my point totals and build momentum. What happens if you gave those 125 Jubi bucks away to another customer so that they can come into our portals and get great savings? That means the next night you'd have 10,125 Jubi points. And then the next night it could be 10,200 and some change. And before you know it, 80 days from now, 85 days from now, 95 days from now, 105 days from now, you could have into the tens of thousands of points based on simply allowing your points to gain some momentum. Why is that important? Remember, it's all about the points. The more points you have, the more potential earnings you have. Now, I've got to hurry this thing up, ladies and gentlemen. My time is just about up. My time is just about up. So far, we've shared with you what can happen even if you haven't promoted, even if you haven't referred any other promoters. But now, let me show you where the really big money can come in. We have seen people that this is all they ever did, is they got their inventory package, they gave their samples away, they placed a couple of ads a day. That typically is going to be our requirement, to place an ad or two a day. Promoting Jubi Max only takes a few minutes a day to do so. And so we've seen people that that's all they did, and they generated nice profits, particularly over time as they built some momentum with their Jubi, with their points. But the real money we've seen is that if you happen to build a referral network, my goodness, the commissions could be huge. Now, what our company is going to do, if you choose to refer, you're not required to refer other promoters. If you choose to refer, you can earn up to a 10% override. Now, what does this mean? Let's say that you refer Cindy. You refer Cindy. Okay, so you refer Cindy. Cindy has the wherewithal to purchase an initial inventory package of $2,500. Now, do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to raise your right hand, and I want you to pledge that you'll purchase as large of an inventory package as your resources allow. You just won't hurt your family. No getting into debt. No having to do this with a credit card, and I'm going to do a cash advance, and in 90 days. No, 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 no. This should be with discretionary funds. This should be with discretionary funds. Now, our top package is going to be $2,500. Our smallest will probably be about $100. I'm hearing something like $100, a $250, a $500, a $1,000, and maybe a $2,500 package. Once, if you have the resources to purchase more than a $2,500 package, that's great. You just can't purchase more than one package at a time. So you can pay into your system to get funds into your system, $10,000, $20,000 if you've got the resources. Don't go hurt yourself and go into debt. And then you would purchase one package at a time. Give away enough of the contents to allow you to purchase the other package, and then the third, and the fourth, so on and so forth. My example. All right, Cindy makes a $2,500 purchase. Could be more, could be less. All right, actually, no more than that. She could just do that multiple times. Let's say you get a 10% override. You just made $250. You just made $250. That $250 goes immediately into what we call your eCash account. And if you want to say, hey, I want my money, we're going to have a couple of debit card solutions, you can get paid right there to your debit card. Or you could say, you know what, I want to take some of this money and cover my monthly subscription. There'll be 4 subscription options, $15 a month, $50 a month, $100 a month, $200 a month. Hey, I want to cover my monthly subscription so it comes out of profits and not out of my pocket. Or you could say, I want to take some of this commissions and I want to buy more Jubi Bucks and give those away and generate more points, or any combination of that. I'm about to round third, ladies and gentlemen, but it gets even better than that, because now, as Cindy starts getting her daily rewards, remember, a certain amount of her daily rewards is going to, no matter what, no matter if she commissions the maximum she can, the maximum is 60% for the day, no matter what, she's going to have a certain amount of her reward going to what? Jubi Bucks. And whatever her reward goes to Jubi Bucks, you're going to get another 10% commission. So let's say in time that 100 Jubi Bucks is her reward, and that went to her Jubi Bucks balance for that day. You're going to get a 10% commission on that. That's going to be another $10 there. You'll be paid that in Jubi Bucks. You can convert that into cash, 60% into cash yourself. What happens when her point totals grow, and instead of her daily reward being 100, it's 500? Now it starts to grow. Now her daily reward is 1,000. Folks, we saw folks that had daily rewards, hear me, that were monthly incomes for the day. We saw some folks that had even more than that, but regulators wouldn't like me to talk about that. My point is, ladies and gentlemen, should you choose to share the story, and the one thing that our company has done is it has a corporate YouTube channel. It puts out professional videos every 4 to 6 weeks. There'll be another video that you can leverage. You can send people to that link. You don't have to be a silver tongue marketer who can share the message. You'll be able to send folks to these live webinars. We have a recorded version of this. You can get folks out. We've got lead capture pages. We've got everything you need to get the word out, even if you don't think you're good at recruiting or sponsoring or selling. Now, I've just shared what happens if you refer. I haven't shared what happens if your referrals refer, where you could get a 5% override on a daily basis, as those folks in your second generation are doing the same, a 1% override on a daily basis as folks in your third generation are doing the same thing. I haven't talked about the 8-level, unilevel with our revolutionary Jubi Suite placement tool, which is just amazing. That's a whole training in and of itself. I've only talked about really 1.5 ways. I haven't really had a chance to talk about the override part, which is a major way that you can be paid. I haven't had to talk about our our Jubi style bonus, where you can earn your car payment for a nice Mercedes or a nice BMW or a nice Porsche. I haven't talked about some of the matching incomes that the company has. I haven't talked about the monthly subscription income that I hadn't talked about a lot of those things, ladies and gentlemen, but you know enough to do this. You know enough to get back to the person that referred you. Get back to the person that referred you and get their Jubi link. Get their Jubi link and register. Now, you can register absolutely free. Nobody's asking you for a dime today. It's a very simple registration. It takes you probably less than a minute. You'll choose a username and a password, and then you too will be able to get out your link to others to get them pre-registering so they can come in and hear the rest of the story. We are a couple of weeks away probably from the company going into pre-launch, which is where we're going to be able to purchase our packages. By the time we get to that point, you would have understood enough of the compensation, enough of the packages to make a prudent choice as to what package, what monthly subscription makes the most sense for you. Also, once you get your link, now we are migrating servers today. Have been migrating servers. They're coming up in some parts of the world. In some parts of the world, they may not be up just yet. They're propagating. When you get registered, You'll actually be able to log into your back office by going to JubiMax.com. JubiMax is where we'll log in /members. You'll use your email address and you'll use your password to get into the site. If you get some type of server, what have you, that should go away in time as they're propagating around the globe. I can tell you in our first, as a round third, in our, since last, when was it? Was it Thursday morning, about 5 in the morning or so, is when our site went live to take pre-registrations. Through the weekend, we were over, I think, close to 15,000 pre-enrollees through the weekend because the server's been down a little bit. I don't know what those numbers are today. I know we're getting very close, if we haven't already eclipsed 20,000 pre-enrollees. So don't wait. Get your link out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as our custom is when we're doing our presentation webinars, we finish, and we are finished for tonight. We typically have about a 10-minute walkthrough. It's all optional of our back office. I don't know if the site has propagated on my end. It had not before we got on the webinar. Let me see if it has now. Give me a moment. And then after that, this is all optional. After we do about a 10-minute walkthrough, we then do about 10 minutes. No, it's not propagating just yet on my side. So that will be coming up. The registration page was propagating on my side, so you should be able to register with the person who referred you. If not, if you're getting an error, just go back to that site a little bit later on, okay? We typically will have, when we're doing the webinars here, we'll typically have our presentation followed by an optional walkthrough for about 10 minutes, and then followed by about a 10-minute, maybe sometimes a 15-minute Q&A, all optional. This is like the meeting after the meeting for those of you who are used to being in this industry offline. So we're kind of like at the IHOP or the Waffle House right now. So what I'm going to do is, this will give us a little bit more time for Q&A. How about you open up your questions box and ask your questions, and we will do as good of a job as we can to address as many questions as thoroughly as we possibly can. Give me just a moment, take a look. And so welcome to all of our new Jubi family. Give me just a moment. All right, so someone is asking, all right, so to get started, you have to purchase a package, then you advertise to attract free offers to build Jubi Bucks into the life cycle. Well, let's make sure you understand the order. Right now, nobody's purchasing anything. The whole idea, the company wants to earn your respect, your trust, your confidence, so you have plenty of time to learn what the system is all about before you ever part with any dollars. So we're certainly appreciative that the company is allowing us to do that. That's number one. Now, let's say you purchase the package. You will not be required to purchase the package. However, it's the package that's going to give you inventory. Now, if a person, for instance, didn't purchase the package, maybe they didn't purchase the package right away, but they referred someone who did, and they got commissions, and then they took those commissions and bought inventory. But most of us are going to purchase a package up front with whatever your resources allow. So you purchase the package, one. You're going to have inventory, all right, where you can give away a certain amount of Jubi Bucks, and you can retain a certain amount of Jubi Bucks in your Jubi Buck balance so that you can give away a sample. So what you may have, for instance, is you may have someone that does not take you up on the free sample for whatever reason, but they at least get a Jubi gift card that you loaded up with 50 Jubi Bucks or 100 Jubi Bucks. Assuming they did that, you now have 50 Jubi points or 100 Jubi points. 1 Jubi Buck equals 1 Jubi point. Okay. Now, for those of you that will purchase, you know, let's, for instance, if the smallest package is $100 US, I don't know how much you might be able to give away, like maybe one smaller size sample and then have some Jubi Bucks for a Jubi gift card. If a person has a $2,500 purchase, obviously there'll be more bucks there to give away samples and Jubi gift cards. So hopefully that makes some sense. Now, how do we qualify for our daily rewards? Well, we qualify for our daily rewards by placing, I'm going to say 2 ads. It may only be 1, but I'm going to say 2 ads a day. You don't have to go and buy advertising. You can place these advertising online. Now, the company cannot endorse any particular advertising source. Well, they can give you some advertising sources, some free advertising sources to go and advertise. Some folks like to outsource the ad placement activity. The company cannot endorse any particular company for that, but check with your referrer. They may have some ideas there for you, as well as we will need to have customers that pre-register or register for free so that we can give them either the samples or give them the cards. Once again, many of you are going to be able to do that with your warm market through Facebook and through friends and what have you. For those of you that are saying, hey, I'm part of the NFL club, I don't have any friends left, nobody wants to hear from me, I don't care how great the opportunity is, nobody's going to listen, and there's a segment of folks like that, you'll check with the person who enrolled you. There's a good chance that your leadership will have some third-party sources that will assist you with customer gathering or what have you. So typically customers won't be an issue for you, okay? All right. All right. Good stuff, Eric. Good to see you, buddy. Let's see here. Hey, Ray, happy birthday tomorrow. My wife's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday. All right. The management team of the company. You're going to be introduced to the management team very, very soon. I can tell you some of the things behind the scenes. There is a very, very well-funded silent investment partner group. They have no ownership rights. They have no day-to-day operational decision-making powers. They believed greatly in this model and simply wanted to be investors. So the company is well capitalized. That's number one. Now, in terms of the principal owner, you will hear from the principal owner very soon. The principal owner at this point has a contract with a company that they are an owner with, and that contract is coming up. There's actually there's a buyout situation that's happening with that particular owner. Once that is finalized, then you will be introduced to the owner as well as some other management team folks. I will tell you, and some of you know me. Others of you don't know me from Adam. This is your first time you hear me. But for those of you who know me, I will tell you, I fully vouch for this person's character, integrity, their heart for the field. And again, just as soon as that last agreement part is completed, then you will be introduced to management. Okay? All right. Where's the company? The company is based out of the British Virgin Islands. The company is based out of the British Virgin Islands. Manufacturer is out of the U.S., and even though it is based out of the British Virgin Islands, obviously it wants to be in compliance with the U.S. Typically, if you're in compliance with the U.S., you can do business most anywhere outside of some of those countries that virtually nobody can do business in. But the company is based out of the British Virgin Islands, okay? All right, what if you don't even have the money to purchase a package? You don't have $100 US. And of course, there's some folks, whether you're in the U.S. or outside the U.S., where $100 US is a lot of money in that particular currency. You're still going to be able to get you a monthly subscription, okay? The smallest monthly subscription is $15 a month. So prayerfully, you have the resources to do that. You'll still be able to purchase some Jubi Bucks. It's just that you get a little bit better deal if you're purchasing a package, okay? So don't let that deter you, and particularly at this juncture where we're in a pre-registration stage where everyone can essentially join for free, all right? And then they'll make the choice to upgrade a little bit down the road in a couple of weeks or so when that's ready to go, because many of you, if you get your link out, you'll have folks upgrading through your organization that's going to generate commissions for you. And so even if you weren't able to purchase as large of a package as you'd want it to, you're not going to hurt yourself, remember, all right? You're not going to hurt your family. The commissions that you could maybe perhaps, all of my disclaimers, earn could be enough to allow you to purchase a package or two, or a larger package or what have you, okay? Now, I tell you this, we're never, ever going to make anyone feel like a second-class citizen because they purchased a smaller package or because they didn't even have the resources to purchase, a package. they bought a few Jubi bucks here or what have you, okay? We're never going to make anyone feel like a second-class citizen. I can tell you, with a revenue-sharing model, I happened to be very fortunate to enroll a gentleman when he came to our team. He didn't have a lot of money. You know, he made about $140 purchase that included his monthly subscription. Now, obviously, it wasn't in Jubi Rev, Jubi Max, because there was no Jubi Rev, Jubi Max on, and it was in the planning stages, but it wasn't out in public at that point. In a year's time, ladies and gentlemen, in a year's time, that gentleman grew his business because he got busy. He did build a referral network to where his weekly take-home income was an annual income. He was earning an annual income on a weekly basis. But he didn't have a large purchase amount to get started. That's one of the reasons we say don't treat anyone like a second-class citizen. Had I treated him like a second-class citizen, boy, I would have missed out. Boy, I would have missed out, okay? All right, so to get started, so that means we got to purchase a package. No, I'm sorry. So that question was already asked and answered, okay? All right. Someone says, so you said you don't need any referrals. When I'm saying referrals, you don't need any promoter referrals, all right? We're going to have customers. We need to have customers that we can give our samples, whether we're talking about Jubi gift cards and Jubi bucks, or whether we're talking about the actual samples of the product. We need to have customer referrals. What I've been talking about when I was saying you didn't have to recruit, you didn't have to sponsor, I was talking about recruiting other promoters. Big difference between recruiting someone to come and join an opportunity versus saying, hey, I've got some this gift card loaded up with some Jubi bucks that you can use to come into our system, or you can get a free sample of skincare, weight loss, energy, vitality. Just cover the cost of the shipping. Okay. Now, there are resources out there if a person says, I don't have a good warm market. Nobody wants to listen to me. When I log on Facebook, all my Facebook friends go running. Okay, pretty bad, right? There are resources out there, though the company can't promote any specific one, can endorse it, and that's just from a legal standpoint. There are resources out there where you can actually purchase customer registrations so that you have the customers in place to be able to give your Jubi bucks to, or now you can't make them take the sample, but at least they have access, or they have they'll be able to see that they can get a sample. Okay, and typically the outlay for those types of services are very minimal. Just look at it as a cost of doing business. Okay. Someone says that's what I'm talking about. I'm Jubi. I'm jubilant. Okay. Okay, someone said to clear my cache, or cache, or something like that, to clear my cache, and the site is up. That may work for some folks, but it still may not work in some other areas. Let me see. I did that earlier. All right. If it works, I'm going to try that quickly. If it works, I'm going to show you. I'm not a techie by any means, and someone told me to clear my cache, and I said, how do I do that? And then they walked me through it, so just bear with me here. Let's see if this works. Bear with me. All right, we'll see if it works. It's going to take just a minute. And again, this is all optional Q&A. We're going to take about another 5 minutes and call it a night. Tomorrow afternoon, Wednesday at 12 noon, we will have another presentation, just like what we've done here. But we do have, let's see here. There we go. Who told me to clear that? Yay! Yay! I cleared my cache. Is that what you call it, or is it cache? I'm not a techie person. All right, so I cleared it. and it looks like I'm up and running. All right. I tell you what. Let's do this. Since this did work, let me spend the rest of this time just walking you through something real quickly. Okay. Give me just a moment. This is all optional, so if you have to go, we love you. We appreciate you. We'll look forward to seeing many of you. Hey, do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you that are available, midnight East, not midnight, 12 Eastern tomorrow. Tomorrow's my wife's birthday, and you know, when we put out the schedule for the week, don't tell her. I wasn't thinking, you know what? It's her birthday. I probably shouldn't be doing this webinar. I didn't think about that. Shh, 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 shh. Okay. So do me a favor. Even if you can't be on the entire webinar, would you do me a favor and log on just so I can say, hey, babe, look at all these people who came to the webinar. I mean, I know it was your birthday, but thank you, babe. Thank you, babe. I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for you. Would you do me that favor? 12 noon Eastern. If you haven't figured out, we have a lot of fun building this. All right, couple things real quickly, and then we'll call it a night. Couple things. All right, so we're in your back office. Number one, when you log in, you're going to see your enroller. So your enroller should be the person who originally enrolled you. Now, they may have set up their system in a company name, okay? So if you're not quite sure, then you should see their email address and their phone number. You can email them. You can also send them an internal message. You can send them an internal message, and you would send an internal message by going to My Jubi Team, and over here, and of course, this is a test position that we have here. Over here, you'd be able to click on a message, and that message, you could say, message to my enroller. All right. And the question that you would be asking them is, hey, I want to make sure that I registered at the right site. I see that I'm registered with ABC Corporation. Is that you? If you are registered to James Douglas, then something happened during your registration period. The company set up this catch-all, if you will, so that if they know if anyone is registered to James Douglas, which is a very minute percentage, but if anyone's registered to James Douglas, they know that something happened during the registration. Support is already in the process of connecting those few folks that are registered to James Douglas. But if you go in your back office and you see James Douglas and you're saying, hey, I don't know James Douglas, that's not the person who should be my referrer, then go on and initiate a support ticket down here and say, hey, I'm connected with James Douglas, but I shouldn't be connected with James Douglas. I should be connected with Sally Sue or what have you. If you know the person's name, and you happen to know their username, so if you can connect with them fairly easily and find out what their username, that would assist support in assisting you. If you've already begun to build a referral network, when they move you from James Douglas to whoever your referrer should be, guess what? Your entire team automatically follows you. You don't have to do anything else. Okay. All right. Now, real quickly, a couple things in terms of your walkthrough. As you come into your home page, 2 videos. Please watch this one first. It's about 5 minutes. It really highlights the revenue sharing model. Phenomenal video, a professional video. As a matter of fact, you'll be able to leverage the same video. You'll be able to send it out to other folks if you'd like. And then watch this video number 2. This is your members overview. This is going to give you some ideas of the functionalities. It's going to walk you through our quick start. It takes you about 10 minutes to walk through this quick start. You want to go through every phase of the quick start. You want to follow or friend on Facebook. We've got one of the most talented guys that I know. I call him King Facebook. He's moderating the company's Facebook fan page. By the way, when you follow there, you're not there to promote. The people who are getting there are already in JubiRev. So please don't put your promoter links out there or other promoter links of other companies. We respect those of you that are entrepreneurs and have other things you're doing. That is not a pitch fest. That is a place where you can come, you can connect with other great leaders around the world, inspire, educate, but no pitching, okay? If we see people pitching, moderators are going to love you, we're going to love you, but I have to pitch you out of the Facebook room, and we don't want to do that. Same thing with Twitter. Go on and follow on Twitter. We've got a young lady named Queen Twitter. She's got hundreds of thousands of followers. She's moderating the Twitter. She'll be sending out tweets So those of you that love to use Twitter, go on and follow on Twitter. YouTube, the company has a corporate YouTube channel. The company has a corporate YouTube channel. Any of the videos that you see here on the corporate YouTube channel, you feel free to leverage. You feel free if you want to grab that link. For instance, we did a presentation late last week, just like what we did tonight. We recorded it. It's right here. Maybe one of your prospects can't get to a live presentation. Maybe you're in Australia. Here we are doing this on the East Coast. That time differential is a bear. Well, ladies and gentlemen, they can get the presentation 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. What you know is that if you utilize any of these videos here, you know these videos are signed off by the company. They are company compliant, okay? So YouTube, we're going to ask everyone to subscribe to YouTube. When you see a new video, watch it, do a thumbs up, and leave some sterling comments. But once again, no pitching. Nothing like, hey, if you're looking for an enroller, that's me. No, that's not moving with integrity and character, okay? That's the whole idea, is to make sure that you've got tools to be able to share the message in a compliant way, particularly if that's not something that happens to be your strong suit. All right, when you're at your home page, you also have news. You can click on news right here, or you can scroll down and you'll see news here. And so what the company does is it endeavors to inform and keep you informed as to things that are going on. You can simply click on where it says read more, and up pops the news for that particular date. There's a calendar function here, very important. This lets you know our calendar of events. We normally keep it ahead at least a week. So as we get closer to the end of this week, Thursday-ish, Friday-ish, you'll start to see the webinars that populate for next week. They're basically the same unless there's something major that's happening. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12 noon, a presentation like what we've done tonight. Tuesday and Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, a presentation like we've done tonight. And then we have our weekly leadership update training webinar on Monday nights at 9 p.m. All of that is right here. You'll have the links. You'll have call-in numbers if you're calling from around the world, and you'll have a time and date converter. We show the times at Eastern time. You might be in another time zone. You might be in another part of the world. So what does that mean for your part of the world? Okay. Also, we're going to start loading up some recorded. We've had some recorded webinars. We did a recorded webinar over the weekend that's just about rendered. So there's going to be some recorded webinars back here. And as I round third here, there is training. There's training back here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so there's back office orientation. You want to spend some time. If I were you, I would do this, and I would get my teams to do this. I would get them maybe scheduling as a part of their business day a certain amount of time per day. It might be 10 minutes a day. It might be 15 minutes a day. If you've got a half an hour, great. To spend some time every day going through some of these videos. So maybe I've got 10, 15 minutes a day. I'm going to go through video number 1. Tomorrow, I'm going to come back to video number 2. The next day, video number 3. This is going to help not put so much stress on support, because one of our main functions, and there'll be other leaders who will lend their training exploits to this, is to make sure as much as possible we can cover our system, we can cover all of the nuances in videos that are recorded that can be accessed 24 hours a day. Training here on the comp plan, there is a video that was already done that covers the revenue sharing model in a way that most people have probably never seen. It is extremely detailed. Any of these trainings back here are not presentation videos. They're training so that you can really understand, okay, that's really how the revenue sharing model works. Okay, that's really how the daily overrides works. Okay, that's how the monthly subscriptions are paid out. Wow, got that. Oh, here's going to be a webinar on all of your requirements. All right, what do I need to do to maximize the plan? Again, these are not 10-minute presentations. They're more in-depth trainings. Our vantage point is an educated consumer consumes more. An educated promoter promotes more. One last thing, and we'll call it a night, ladies and gentlemen. Under marketing, under marketing, there's a section that says daily ad placement. We are not obligated now to place an ad every day. We will need to do that once we get to the point of daily revenue sharing. But if you go under sample approved ads, you're going to see a couple of links that will be of interest to many of you. There's a video link here. And we showed you we got a corporate YouTube channel. There's certain videos that some of you that are bloggers, or you've got your own training system for your following, or you've got your own lead capture page systems, there's some of you that are going to want videos like that, but you don't want the viewer of the video to be taken to YouTube or some other video sharing site. So this way you can come back. Look at what the company's doing in pre-registration, ladies and gentlemen. The company hasn't taken one dime from one person. What do you think this baby is going to look like as the company starts generating revenues and it's got more and more resources? What do you think, my gosh, this company is going to look like? And here we are just a few days into the pre-registration. Now, we haven't had the chance yet to introduce you to management. That's going to happen as soon as we've discussed. But I'm going to tell you, even though management is waiting until a finalization of that other situation, management has been very active, and what you're seeing now is because of that management team, and it's just been a few days in the pre-registration. You'll be able to embed this or download this. You can listen, you've got a Facebook following. Share this on your Facebook. Put it right there on your page. Tweet it. I'm not good at recruiting. I'm not good at sponsoring. Share it on Facebook. Tweet it. And the company has committed every 4 to 6 weeks to have at least one, if not two, professionally done videos. They might be on the income opportunity. They might be on a certain segment of the compensation plan. They might be on the products designed to help you to get more customers, so on and so forth. Okay? So listen. Oh, last thing, banner ads. Some of you like doing banner advertising. All right? This is a great way to go and pull you some banners. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking a few days. Just a few days. The company hasn't asked for the first dime yet. The company said we are going to earn Daves and Dennises and Dexters and Dianes and Dinkars and Liesels and Lorenzos and Ken's respect. We're going to earn it. We're going to earn their trust. We're going to earn their confidence. We're going to show them, well before we ask them for one penny, what we're about now, because can you imagine what happens when the company is generating $1 million a day, $2, $3 million a day, maybe even more? Can you imagine the resources that will be available to us to help us build our business? Can you imagine when we've got millions of consumers using that rebate mall and getting products? Can you imagine what this company is going to look like? And you were here at the pre-registration. Ladies and gentlemen, we love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours. We look forward to seeing you on tomorrow. Even if you're at work, if you can get on your iPhone and come to the webinar, log in and put your name and let me know you're there so I can tell my wife, hey, babe, I know it was your birthday, but we had a record attendance, baby. That'll help me. That'll help me. All right, www.JubiRevWebinar.com tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern. With that being said, we love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours. And remember, this is not just a company. This is a movement. Good night, everyone.